Hey guys, and welcome to a new Let's Play series. We're doing Hearthstone. We did a tutorial series, I think it's Let's Teach Hearthstone, something like that. There's a tutorial for Hearthstone. I will put those in these up in the corners or somewhere here for you guys if you haven't seen them. They pretty much went through a lot of more detail on how to play Hearthstone, all the different cards, different abilities. We will be teaching a little bit in here, but we won't go as in depth as that one did. So if you want to learn how to play the game before we hop in here, I definitely recommend it. There will be links around. But first, I want to open some packs. I bought a whole bunch of packs, guys. We have 90 packs to open here, so it's actually going to take quite a while. I don't know how we're going to split this up, but we'll just start opening packs, and we will just see how it goes there. So we will start with the classic packs, and then move on to goblins and gnomes. Boom. So how each pack works is the neat thing is you can actually see the outline if you hover over the card. They'll always have one rare. The rare can be a unique or it can be a legendary. So let's check it out. Our rare is an Azure Drake, which is actually a really good card. Unfortunately, I already have two of them. So you draw a card, you get spell damage. It's a 4/4 for 5, so it's really solid. Put around 2 demons from your deck into your hand, not a very good card. Fair Dragon is a good arena card. It's a 3/2 can't target by spells or hero powers, so in arena it's good. It's okay in standard, but there's a lot more cards, or standards to play mode. Conceal, some people play it, but it's not great. Flame Imp, huge. I'm very happy I got a Flame Imp for Warlock. Flame Imp is very powerful. It's a 3/2 for 1 mana. You deal 3 damage to yourself, but Warlocks often do a lot of damage to themselves. So it's not a huge issue there. So let's open up the next pack. So just one rare again. Ooh, nice, another Flame Imp. I got 2 Flame Imps though. Ardent Protectors. I used to think Ardent Protector is insane, but the way Paladin curves go is you have a lot of P things in the 2 slot, so I don't really think it's as amazing as I used to. Powerful Wild is a good Druid card. Just because Druids like to have lots of minions on the field, so +1/+1 can be good. And a 3/2 for 2 is always good. So it's just a really solid card. Dust Devils, just a Shaman card. 3/1 for 1. It's a good card. Overload means that you have 2 less mana to spend on next turn. So it means your second turn you effectively can't do anything. But if your opponent can't deal with it, it's really solid. But it's pretty much useless against mages because they'll just kill it 1 hit. Eternal Alchemist. Pretty much, I find anything with secrets is pretty crappy. It can be okay in arena, but then again, you usually don't play a lot of secrets, too many secrets in arena. But you can build a deck around it, I guess. Noble Sacrifice, again, secret. Most secrets are really easy to play around. Noble Sacrifice, if you attack with anything, it's a new target. So if your opponent attacks with a 3/3, you pretty much traded 2 damage on that 3/3. It's not that great, especially as a Paladin where you have trouble doing direct damage. Ooh, Avenging Wrath. Okay, Avenging Wrath is out of the current meta. No one really plays it that much anymore, but I think it's a solid Paladin card, especially used with cards like Equality. So Equality says, turn all opponent creatures' health to 1, or it turns actually everything's health to 1 on the whole board, even your creatures. What happens is when you deal 8 damage randomly, it's going to hit all the 1/1s once, and maybe your opponent. If your opponent has nothing on the board, it's 8 damage for 6, which is solid in Paladin. Overall, I like it. I think it's a solid card, but it's not played a lot in the current meta. Fleshy Ghoul is very solid in arena because minions die a lot. If you can keep it alive, you'll just keep growing and growing and growing. I think I've had one to like a 10/3 or something. Plus, we got a rare, so we got an epic and a rare. Commanding Shout. Your minions can't be reduced below 1 health this turn. Draw a card. Solid warrior card. You don't see it being played that much, but it's okay. This is one of those cards you don't see that much. I guess it's partly because it doesn't really do a lot. It just kind of has a slow tempo. Okay, there's my rare. Naturalize. Naturalize is good, but I think there's a card in Goblins and Gnomes that pretty much replaces it. But you're giving your opponent 2 cards, but destroying minions for 1 is solid. Temple Enforcer, just a priest card, like, give something 3 health. It's a 6/6 for 6 that gives something 3 health. It's a very solid card. Mighty Berserker. Enrages whenever it gets damaged, it gets hero power, so if you can do 1 damage to it, it's a 5/3 that can attack on turn 3. So it's pretty solid if you can activate it. For example, with Inner Rage, and give it even 2 attacks, so it would be a 7/3. So it's solid. Rare. Another Commanding Shell. If we've already seen a card, I'll just kind of skip past it. Sun Fairy Protector is solid. Giving minions taunt is huge. Taunt means you have to attack this creature. So having a creature that can give 2 creatures taunt is really solid. It's a 2/3 for 2, which is fine.
Golden comment.
Ooh, golden. So any card can be golden. So golden cards are worth, well, they're worth 4 times as much. Pretty much any card is worth 4. Okay, so you can craft any card. You can also dismantle any card. If you dismantle a card, it's worth 4 times less than it costs to craft it. Golden cards, you cost 4 times more, but since they're worth 4 times more, they cost the same as the regular. So if I disassembled this, I could assemble any common I wanted from the dust I get from it, or I could disassemble 4 of these and get a rare, if that makes sense. So anyway, we'll continue on. Ice Lance, interesting thing, if freeze is an effect that several things have, if you can freeze something then Ice Lance it, it deals 4 damage, otherwise it just freezes it, so it's useful. Rampage, just give damage. Ooh, sweet, 2 rares. Alkanized Soul Place, it's actually re-emerging in Priest, or I guess it never really went anywhere, but now that Priest is kind of getting a little bit better. Priest has kind of been on the dregs for a long time. Alkanized are seeing even more play. So pretty much anytime you'd heal anything, you damage it instead. That happens for anything you heal as well, but you have more control over healing since you're the Priest. Flat Steel, really solid card. Get 2 from your opponent's deck, so you're pretty much 2 for 1-ing your opponent for 3 mana. Argent Commander, I already have 2, but it's one of the best cards. Because it has Charge, it's a 4/2, and it has Divine Shield. So you pretty much get 1 free hit, and it can attack right away. It's one of the better cards in the entire game. Mad Bomber, solid. Demolisher, good in Arena, not very good elsewise. It's just a 4, so there's a lot of things that can do 4 damage and kill it, so a little bit weak. Fen Creeper, 3/6. And Taunt, it's okay, it's an Arena card as well. Pretty much all these are Arena cards. Slam isn't really used as much, or really never in Constructed. It's okay in Arena, but Constructed you really focus on things that you do damage with your shield, like Shield Slam. I think mainly Shield Slam, but anyway. Another Argent Protector. Crazed Alchemist, again, not really ever used in Constructed, not even that great in Arena. Cloud Wild, Silverhand Knight, Raging Worgen. Raging Worgen's actually pretty much the best Enraged card, because it has Wind Fury. So Wind Fury attacks twice, so it's pretty much a 4, it becomes a 4/3, but it deals 8 damage because it can attack twice. If you can buff with anything else, like if you buff it with an Enraged thing from the Warrior, it gets +2 attack. Okay, now you have a 6/3, and you can deal 12 damage. It really ramps up quick. It's a good card. Silverhand Knight just gives you a 2/2, so... Oop. So it's pretty meh. Conceal. Flat Steel. Wisp. Holy shit! Holy golden legendary Deathwing. That's insane. That card is like I can't even say. It's worth a huge amount. Let's back out. Oh, plus I get a rare. Man Addict, fine. Yeah, Deathwing is insane as well. Destroy everything, discard your hands, you get a 12/12. I'm also gonna go into my collection and show you how much this is worth. So if we go here quickly and we look up Deathwing, okay? A normal Deathwing would cost us 1,600 to craft. It'd be 400 if they dismantled it. Normally this gold Deathwing costs 3,200 to craft. And we get 1,600 to disenchant it, so we can make any rare, any legendary, which we might, because we'll just go like this, legendary. Just show you this now, just so there's a lot of legendaries I need. Like I want a Cenarius, okay? None of these are really that great. Oh, they're good, but I just don't play this. Like, I don't play very much Hunter. Yeah, and I don't even know if Gorilla is worth it. It probably is. Is it attacked? Takes damage. Yeah, so you can just take a damage and it becomes a 12. If you can deal damage to it, it's a 12-9 right away. Archmage Antonidas is really good. Okay, Tyrion is good if you play Paladin. Bolivar can be good, but he's kind of an iffy card. And we might draw him. Vol'jin is pretty decent in Paladin. It's the new card. It's also in columns with gnomes. Yeah, like, it's... Rogue doesn't really have that great. Like, Van Cleef is good, but it's not like he's, like, super needed. Alkir is good, but he's not super needed. Lord Drax is good, but again, not super needed. If you play Warrior, you need Grommash. Grommash is extremely powerful. He gets charge, and he has Enrage plus 6. So if you can do damage to him, which if, as a Warrior you should be able to, he's pretty much a 10-9 charge right away. Do 10 damage to opponent. Okay? And then there's lots of these. So Bloodmage Thalnos used to be necessary, but he's not as big anymore. Nat Pagel, again, used to be big, not as good anymore. Because before, at the end of your turn, you draw a card, so even if your opponent doesn't kill that Pagel on the first turn, you have a possibility of drawing a card replacing him. And on turn 2, you probably can't kill him. Okay? Take Master used to be huge. I thought I had a Take Master, though. Because I didn't think I disenchanted it. But anyway. Harrison is pretty much needed. This might be one of the ones we craft. Heracles is pretty much needed nowadays. Karn is good. He used to be better than he is. Now he's not as key. Hogger's good but not needed. Sylvanas is one of the really powerful ones. It's pretty much needed. I opened a Sylvanas. Very happy I did. Black Knight is good, not always needed, but a very solid card, especially because of how much Taunt is played right now in the current metagame. Geddon is good in some decks. He's one of the higher tier legendaries. Dr. Boom. This is what we're probably going to craft. Dr. Boom is the new best card in the game. He's solid. You get 2 Boom Bots. Boom Bots can do 4 damage. He is just solid. So he'd probably be one of the ones we craft. Other than that, we do have Ragnaros. I actually got a golden Lord Master Cho, and I didn't want to disenchant it, but I really wanted a reg, so I disenchanted it. Other than that, Alexstrasza is really good. And then other than that, pretty much, Ysera is good, but not as big anymore, and Deathwing. So I just want to check one more other thing, though. I swear I had, and I didn't think I disenchanted it. Because I used to have, oh, what's it called? I swear I used to have, oh, sorry. I must have just enchanted it, because I didn't have one, but, is he back on first page? Yeah, I had a Tinkmaster Oathmark. I must have disenchanted it. But I didn't think I did. Because I guess, maybe I did, yeah. Anyway. Golden Deathwing. Solid. Let's get back to opening packs. So I've already done really well in my packs with Golden Deathwing. If you can get a Gold Legendary, you're loving it. Oh, good. I only had 1 Frothing Berserker. Frothing Berserker is a Mage Warrior. It's not played in the current meta as much, but it's solid. Anytime anything takes damage, it gains an attack. Action Square, 6 Demons, Eviscerate. Eviscerate's really good in Arena. It's still good in Rogues, but it's a little bit slower, so they don't play it. There's other good ways of dealing damage in Rogue. Okay. Cone of Cold. Cone of Cold's overcosted, so most people don't use it, but some really slow Giant stacks still use it. Redemption is horrible. Shadow Flame is really good. So, it's used a lot in the current meta. Especially with easy And sorry, I kind of stuttered there. Especially with easy to play minions, it's really powerful. Like Ancient Watchers, there are 4/2, or like a 4/6 that you can play for like 2 or 3 mana, but they can't attack. They can't attack. So you can Shadow Flame them because they can't do it. They can't attack. So you just Shadow Flame them, they blow up and they do 4 damage to all the enemies. It's pretty powerful. Inner Fire is one of those cards that it looks amazing, but unless you can reliably using it, it's not that great. I've played it on Arena a lot. Sometimes it's amazing, sometimes it's just meh. So, Brewmaster, Soul of the Forest, Lightwell, horrible. Ooh, Gladiator's Longbow. It's only really good in Arena. It's just overcosted for a 5/2. That's pretty much it. So, but that's always good to have epics. Stuff to take apart later. Siphon Soul. Siphon Soul is really big in Warrock right now because you can kill a minion and gain a little bit of health. It's mostly for destroying the minion, so Warlock doesn't have too many other ways to do it. But gaining the health as a Warlock is always nice because you have difficulty gaining health. But anyway, guys, I don't want this video to drag on too long, and we got a golden Deathwing, so we'll call it an episode here, and we will be back in the next one for more. Thanks, guys. Later.